Oops. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Dear Prudence, fuck. Won't you come out to play? Ooh, baby, here we go. Should have practiced this beforehand. Dear Prudence, greet the brand new day. The sun is up, the sky is blue, it's beautiful, and so are you, dear Prudence. Don't know the chord changes here. Bear with me, I'm sorry about this. Oh, just go back to the sun is up, the sky is blue, it's beautiful, and so are you, dear Prudence. Won't you come out to play? Look around, round, round, round. No, look around, round, round, round. Look around, round, 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 round. Sorry, my buddy Kev, who I noticed saw the podcast, suggested that I learn this song, and I have failed him. Then it goes again. Look around. It's about 12 pages of tablature here. Let me see you smile. And then they have, is it George who's playing guitar on there? So there's this, then, let's see, where do we go? Dear Prudence, like a little child, I don't think I'm going to get a copyright claim on this one. Clouds will be a daisy chain, so let me see you smile again, dear Prudence. Won't you let me see you smile? Dear Prudence, won't you come out to play? dance. This is kind of annoying, huh? There's only 2 bars per page, it seems like. Greet the brand new day. Love. I'm guessing the sun is up. Yes. Sun is up. Sky is blue. It's beautiful. And so. Gosh, I'm really sorry about this. They did the tablature for like 3 guitars, it looks like, on here. So are you, dear Prudence? Won't you come out to play? Yeah. So then they have the guitars. There's one's going this, another one's doing this, and another one is doing this, like a whole octave up. And then it says tap your finger. And then here's the outro, or outro, as some people like to say. Okay, cool. So that was nice, huh? Oh, so what's going on? Little art update. Check this out. Okay, now this is going to be hard to see, but here's the canvas that I prepared last night. And what I did, as you can see, there's a little bit, just the faintest of tracings on there of the building that I'm going to paint onto this. So this is sort of a guide. What I did is I printed out a tracing of the building, which is actually just out this window, if you could see. And then what I do is I put, so I taped it down, I put some graphite on the back. You see how nice and metallic-y shiny that is? So then what I do is I secure it down on here. I taped it at the bottom, and I taped it at the top, but the tape is no longer there. And then I just trace over the lines there, the tracing, and then it transfers, like old school, like when your waitress would take your orders before. They were just sending you cashless QR codes, which seems to be doing aujourd'hui these days. So the next step with this, and then I sprayed this with some fixative so that all the graphite doesn't smear off as I'm working on it, so that I will still have my guidelines. So that's where we stand with this. Last night it was midnight already, and I was just fatigued and hungry. And I was, like when you're sort of like being led around, you're just zoned out. It's sort of like in that movie Donnie Darko, when you're being compelled to move in a certain direction, not necessarily of your own will. And I said, okay, well, there's this thing. It's like if you to avoid procrastination or to advance a project, what you do is you just start. So I sat down on the computer and I just started to do the tracing. And I was listening synchronously enough to a lecture by, or I think it was an AI reading of an essay by a certain Paul Graham, and the essay is called "How to Do Great Work." And just as I was sitting down, he was talking about how he tricks himself into working, and it was exactly what I was doing, because I just started. Okay, I'm just going to start. I'm going to set the file up. I'm going to get a few lines down, and then I'm going to eat something. And in fact, as I was listening to this 50-minute lecture or so, I got the entire tracing completed. So that was good. And then today when I was what I did was I printed out the paper, taped it together because and lined it up perfectly, and then put the graphite on the back, and then put the imprinted the graphite onto the surface of this palimpsest collage. And what I did was I was filming that. And are you familiar with a certain Gary Vaynerchuk? He's some sort of a business guy. He's really an intense New Yorker. I think he's from New Jersey, as a matter of fact. guy, and he's talking, you do this, man, you got to do that. And he's always talking about how to make money and so forth like that. And he does massive loads of social media as well. And one mantra of his is document, don't create. I was like, what are you talking about? Document, don't create. Well, what do you have to document if you don't create anything? But I think what he was meaning is that instead of creating a presentation like this, where it's where you plan something out and then do a little performance, what he means, I think, is just watch your like, for instance, he said, you know, you're doing the laundry, set up a webcam and sit there for 20 minutes or something like that. And so that's what he's saying, is to create content is you just document what you're already doing. So the way that I've now interpreted it when I was thinking about it this afternoon is that you document your creation. So that's kind of fun. And on a side note, so this was Dear Prudence by the Beatles, and on the same album, on the way album, they have Mother Nature's Son. And I heard on the radio, on the French radio, the FIP, French International, I don't know, this crazy remix of Mother Nature's Son, which is also on the White Album. And I've never heard it before, and I'm not talking about just where, like, Niall, the son of George Martin, the guy who did all the sound production for the Beatles, his son remixed Revolver, the album, and it sounds fantastic. What he did was he used, you know, AI to reconstruct some of the tapes, because what they were doing back then is they were actually collapsing recordings onto the same tracks, because they only had 4 tracks to record on at that era. And so what he did was he digitally took apart the tracks, so you know, you can have the kick drum on one track, you can have the tom on one track, you know, instead of everything being all mushed together, and it sounds fantastic. But this is not the kind of remix I'm talking about. This remix was actually, it was sort of a cut-up, a mashup of Mother Nature's Son all within itself. And it is crazy. I mean, the drum beat, I'm thinking, is that really Ringo playing those drums? And I think it was, because in the official recording, the drums are really spare, but I think they took them and looped them, or they found some other drum tracks and added it in there. And then for the vocals, I'm like, this sounds like Paul. This sounds exactly like Paul on that recording. But what they did was they cut it up and, like, repeated things and moved it, shifted around in the song. So there's the part where he goes, Mother Nature's Son, something along those lines. So, but I couldn't find it online. I couldn't find this version online, on the Tube Reviews in particular. So if anyone knows what this version of Mother Nature's Son is, please put it in, send me a link. Sun is up, the sky is blue, it's beautiful, and so are you, dear Prudence. Won't you let me see you smile?